Hello, farm. Green onions are up. We've got spinach in that first row, lettuce on that little second row coming up. Green onions will be ready. Over here we got strawberries. Andy said needed picking. So let's see, I'm pulling a weed right now, as you can see. We just got in and the vehicle unloaded. So we've not been here very long. But I thought I'd come out, get fresh air. These are strawberry plants with weeds. Greg's talking to a friend. We've got green beans here. Over there's tomatoes. Won't have as many green beans. He didn't plant as many. Got a little bit of corn. Then he's planted zucchini, cucumbers. Has tomatoes planted here. These are persimmon trees they've planted. Those will mainly be for deer. My clothesline. Flowers are coming up great. Haven't bloomed yet, not time. They've really been dry around here. So, things are a little slower coming up. I guess Andy tilled Friday, he said. The apple tree. I turned this, hope that didn't make you sick, so you could see the wildflowers. These are for bees and butterflies. Across the road, hayfield. We had that rented out. Wonderful clothesline. The peonies. I don't say it right, I know. Greg's grandma always called those Decoration Day flowers because people would put them on the cemeteries. There's a red one. I thought they were gone because I've never been up here early enough to see them. The birdhouse hook falling down. I'm going to have to do something different. These are lilies. Over here, under this big oak tree, I want tilled up, and we've added dirt. Some limbs have fallen off, I see. But I think this would be a fun place for Emerson, a fairy garden. We can add some rock, some hostas, some other shade-loving trees. And here where this dirt is lighter, it's weed, but that's where we added black dirt. So that's a project for Emerson and I. There's even a stump here we can use. There's a little sitting area if we want to. And look, a little cave. If she wanted to, she could crawl in there with her doll babies. I think that would make a great place for a little fairy garden. Flowers that I've planted, let's see how they're doing. We've not been here. I don't have anything on my hooks or nothing. Like I said, we just pulled in an hour ago. Here's a hosta. I want to plant lots of these. more weeds to pull. I got lots of hooks. I want to plant something along here that's perennial, where all this green is. But it may not even get all done this year. We're going to plant some lavender in here. Going to have to do some weeding again. This was all cleaned out in January. But you know how it is. If you don't jump on it as soon as those flowers start growing, the weeds take over. There's irises. I don't remember what kind of bush that is, but there's an azalea bush that's already come and gone. For my allergies, probably good. And then the old goat pen. Let's check the goats. They haven't been grazing much. Andy and Nikki and the kids went to the zoo this weekend. So Greg's brothers fed them yesterday. And then Andy will be back tonight. Or Papa will feed them. Then we got some littler ones over here. They're just all enjoying laying in the sun. Got some under that big spool. That's electric wires wound around that, I believe. Some are out there, probably laying in the grass somewhere. I imagine there's babies in here. There's a mama. Look who's coming out to meet us. And that gate's open so that they can go out in that bigger pasture. There's a bunch of babies in there. They're not tiny babies. I'll show you the tiny babies. But I think you can see some smaller ones maybe in there. One's peeking out around his mama. Got lots of places to run and play. These are pygmy goats. They don't get very big. And then, this is the old cow barn. Let's see what we find in here. There's the pigs. Those are for Jackson's 4-H project. I have no idea of names yet. See, they're peeking at me. They're probably thinking I need to feed them. See, I know they got babies, goats recently, so maybe they're in this pen. There's the mama and some babies. Look at those little babies. Those aren't very old, are they? I think that's Brownie, but I'm not sure. And then if you see in that last pen, those are ones that have been weaned from their mama. So mama's out in the pasture now. And those will go out sometime. I have no idea when. But there's some baby goats. See the babies laying down. There's a hay feeder Jackson and Andy built. And when those babies get bigger, they will be a running and a jumping and a playing. There's the cow. I don't know if that's a 4-H project or not. But he's happy out there with nobody to bother him and all the grass he could want. Now over there I do see a buck. They're separated from the ewes. And they get along pretty well with the cattle, or Andy wouldn't have them in there. Those are old grain bins. When we farmed, that's what corn was stored in. And there's hay. That's hay that the livestock are fed in the wintertime. Oh, it looks like straw, so the straw, it may be straw for bedding. This old barn, I can't quite tell. I think it's straw for bedding, but I'm not sure. They've cleaned out the pens recently. You can tell by the tools still out. There's the old farmhouse, the garage. Bo hadn't made it up. He doesn't know we're here. He'd be here. And so you can see we're back on the farm. You can hear the birds. Smell the fresh air. The kids had our windows open. The house smelled good when we walked in. Cleaning lady's pen. And welcome back to the farm.